The next question is, how have the connections you have made had an effect on your profession and practice? And that could be directly what Tilka just spoken of right now. You'll find a lot of these questions are going to intertwine and overlap. So again, if you find that I've already answered that question, feel free to not speak. And I think this time I'm going to take a break because I think this has been addressed by me a bit already. So how have the connections you have made had an effect on your profession and or your practice?
Okay, I can start by telling the stories. I have to tell you how I got into the Microsoft education community and how I got to represent my country in the educator event in Canada in 2017. So as I said at the beginning, I was in an informal, kind of informal meetings. I was in a school visiting like a kind of workshop that the English teacher have. And in one conversation there, one of the teachers told me that there is an opportunity for teachers that like to self-train. It is called Microsoft Education Community, and that was when I came back that day. I just Googled it and I start finding how I could have access to that. And then that was how I started my trip. And that was a journey there. I took different courses. I started learning a lot. And that was after a year. Then they have the contest that teachers have to submit their project. And then that was how I got to know to the events that Microsoft have for teachers. But not just for me to be there with other teachers. That was how I learned there what other teachers do in their schools at different part of the world, and I brought many ideas from that event. And in my classes, I could put those new experience with my students. So it's not just for me as a teacher that I had the opportunity to continue growing as a teacher, but also because I could offer better classes to my students. There was not only that one, also in 2015, I got the opportunity to travel to Israel, to the Middle East. I was also connected when I finished my my master program. I kept in touch with all partners. They keep them sending information about opportunities, professional opportunities for teachers. I was there and I was filling and working on projects. Sending the to the contest, and I have been so lucky, but I think that more than lucky, I've been disciplined to work hard for that. And I had those opportunities to travel the world, thanks to continue learning as a teacher, having the opportunity to offer better classes to my students back in my town. So I know there are a lot of opportunities that we teachers, sometimes we don't know how to have access to them. So now it is easy because we have internet connection, we have this, like we are doing this now, but we don't have to wait to be really formal to talk about the things that teachers love to do. We can have informal conversation and share with the world what we can do, where we can find them, how if we work hard, how we can achieve them.
In my case, I participated in a global competition called International School Awards, and I don't know English language. We have to write a portfolio containing all activities done in my school, and we have to search partners from around the world, partners, and exchange our activities. I make it as a challenge for me and for my students to win this award. Today, our school is international school because of these connections and of this activities between other schools. And I participated as a twinning member in a global or European event called Europe Code Week. My dream was to obtain a certificate of participation, my first dream. I participated and I obtained this certificate for me and for my students. And connecting with other teachers using Twitter, I find a form to apply to be leading teachers of Europe Code Week in Tunisia. I participated and I am now a leading teacher. And I participated with my students in a challenge, Code Week for all challenge. And I obtained my certificate of excellence. After that, I participated with another competition and we received our robot from United Kingdom. So this is a real impact in my life and in my students' life. My colleagues from Tunisia, today, every time I received many invitations from my country, from other countries, from around the world. Monia, please, we can exchange the activity. We can do this project together. We can do this activity. You can share with us how to do this activity or how to do this, how to use this tool. This is a great thing for me and a great opportunity for me and for my students and for my country and for my education system. And I am a change maker. Me, with my students, we can change the world using these connections.
Okay, I have to jump in and say that that is everything. I mean, I couldn't contain my smiling while I was just listening to you. I had put out on Twitter, and I put it in our chat box too, we put this video together of our community around the world using their own language to say, I am a digital citizen. And when I look at, we have sign language in there, there's Arabic sign language, Spanish sign language as well. You know, when listening to everyone talking about language as like, that was like one thing about how do I work around that, and accessibility and inclusion. I just am so inspired by this conversation. I don't know if I'm going to stop smiling, because all it takes is one person to stand up and say, I want to be part of that change. And then what you see is that one becomes many. And then when we look at this fear about like how to get connected, how to, you know, where do I start, or I don't have time for this, this conversation here is exactly why we all need to make time.